And I think this is the best form of government when we can come around and let you interact with the folks that you elect. And I think we all owe that to the communities to come back. And I see DeWitt, I keep seeing elected officials, but we owe you coming back, and if there's something we're doing that we shouldn't be doing, or we're not doing enough of what we ought to be doing, I want you to tell me. Now, I don't have thin skin. I've been around a long time, and I want to know about it. But this, as I said, this is just an opportunity for us all to get together and discuss things that are going on in our community. Some of the things that we've been trying to do to make communities better, improve the quality of life in all of our communities, like here in Sylvania. The mayor mentioned the sewer system. They contacted me. We've been working on this thing for a couple of years. Of course, we got sewer, and every time that you city officials see the city officials of Rainsville, you need to thank them, because none of this would be possible without Rainsville having the right attitude to share with their neighbors. They've got the sewer plant. They've got plenty of capacity. And now they don't have to allow towns like Fyffe and Sylvania and Powell's to hook on, but they're good neighbors. You know, that's we can accomplish so much better by being good neighbors. Several years ago, I helped get some money in. Sam Phillips and Sandra, they're always working on these projects, and we got sewer up to Sylvania. But it's been critical that we get it over to old Sylvania, as we would call it, over to the school. School needs to be on it bad. They're on septic tanks, and a school on septic tank, as much use as they've got, it's just not feasible. So they called me well, it's been a year ago or so. We all had 2 or 3 meetings here. Ron Sparks came, and myself. Ron Sparks is doing a super good job, by the way, as Ag Commissioner, outstanding. But we met, and they told us what they needed. I committed $25,000. Well, it wasn't too long, 6 months, and they wanted another 25, and I did that, and recently another 15. Now that's all I got. But anyway, it went from 25 to 65. But let me tell you, investing in infrastructure, you can't do. Hey, Claude, glad you slipped in back there. You can't. I think government's job is to improve and build infrastructure like roads and sewers and bridges, and then get out of the way and let private enterprise create the jobs and do those. But the government's function is basic. It's our job to do infrastructure. And when we get sewer over to the school and here to Sylvania, that means everything between here and Rainsville has got a sewer. It can be hooked onto a sewer. Now, you can't have a fast food restaurant. You really can't expand and do anything much without being on that sewer, because the health department's got tough, and they ought to be tough. You know, septic tanks, if they're not put in right, and if they're not in the right kind of soil, they pollute. And none of us want that. And when you've got a high volume user, such as a restaurant or a fast food place, you've got to have that. But now Rainsville has been gracious. Now we have, and working with them now to try to work out to get all the way to section. Well, Fyffe is on the sewer system. If so, that means everything between Rainsville and Fyffe can be on sewer. You can have an apartment complex or restaurant, whatever you want to, and tie on. We're over to the college now. We've just worked out with a grant, and I did the same thing for Powell's, about the same amount of money, and this money that I really had for something else. But the sewer system's so important. You just can't grow without the sewer system. Now we're over to the college. Section has recently approached me, and we're trying to work out some kind of an agreement to get all the way to section. I'd like to get as far any community that wants sewer. I think it's just as important as water. It's going to be in the future years very, very important. Now we've done a good job. The folks at Section Water System have, Water Authority, Section doesn't, getting water all over the mountain. I can remember 10 years ago, water was a critical item. Every summer we'd run out of water. Every winter when it started freezing, we'd run out. Now those fellows have done a great job. Now we've got to continue with our sewer system. Other things we've been, this public lake, the DeKalb Lake up here. Sylvania's blessed to have that in your city limits. Before, the city had nothing to do with it. The state was running the lake, and I wouldn't say it always had the best. We were not running it, the state was not running it as good as it should have been run. I'd have to say that. Well, met with the mayor and officials and got the state officials up here, and we've switched it over, and I had to come up with some money for the town to help so they could take it over and begin running it. But the town's got the police force, they've got sewage, a garbage truck. That's who should be running that lake, and I think we've got now the folks that are running it and doing a great job. They understand local folks better than the state running that. So that's a great asset to this county, and certainly to this